This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Talk about stepping up. Bang! Bang!
It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
Tyler Reddick here from 2311 Racing. The rush of racing? Nothing beats it. But Chumba Casino comes close. Chumba's got fast spins, fun games, daily bonuses, and all the action you can handle. Now that's a ride. Ready to hit the throttle? Get in the driver's seat and head to ChumbaCasino.com. Let's Chumba.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Julian Edelman from Games with Names. Applebee's just cooked up the ultimate option play with their new Ultimate Trio deal. You can choose from 3 of their delicious appetizers and pair them up with 3 sauces for just $14.99. Craft your perfect trio from over 80,000 different combinations in this flavor-packed plate built for one, or to share if you're generous. You could stick with the classic pairings like boneless wings and buffalo sauce, or you could spice things up and try some unexpected combinations like dipping chicken wonton tacos in their honey Dijon mustard. It's time to head to your neighborhood Applebee's or order online today. That's eating good in the neighborhood.
This is this Minnesota's Schadenfreude moment? Leader Fan Radio Network.
Sorry, KFAN.
And KFAN.com. 2 minutes and 2 seconds past the hour of 3 o'clock Central Daylight Saving Time. Chuck Woolery. My name is Dan Barreiro. I'm the host of the program. Guardsy is the producer on an outstanding, beautiful, crisp, early fall. Forget late summer, early fall. Weekday afternoon here in the Twin Cities that we refer to affectionately as Minneapolis and St. Paul. I've already given you the introductions for those of you, those of us who basically host this program, and we are welcoming your input today via the Bradshaw and Bryan KFAN text line, which continues to be 64686. If I have an extra bounce in my step today, it's because this program, commemorates the emotional return of Mace in Your Face.
Are you nuts?
Today is the day, beginning at 3:30 tonight, which means I'm assuming he will be walking through your door.
I can't believe he's not here.
Me too, any minute. I usually, given how long he's been out, I'm figuring he would have gotten here about 2:15. Maybe he is, and he's just being held up at the vestibule by somebody. I'm not sure.
We are going to put him right to work when he gets here because he needs to cut a commercial for one of the new sponsors for the Mace in Your Face segment.
Outstanding.
Jack's Cafe.
Outstanding.
Which we're excited about.
Welcome aboard Jack's Cafe. We're glad to have him. We appreciate the support. Mace in Your Face, 3:30. And speaking of emotional returns, it's been a while since we've chatted with Nacho. Ben Lieber, who will be a weekly regular, generally on Mondays during the National Football League season. But today, because the schedule is funky, this week he will join at 4:47 this afternoon. And it's the return of Pat Kessler in studio. Kessler was in position to make bumper-to-bumper State Fair history by being the only guest to appear on location twice during the same State Fair, which I think he's done before.
He has.
So he would have been tying his own record. He didn't even tie his own record because he had some pooch issues that got in the way, and then some other things got in the way. Bottom line, Kessler's expected back in studio at 5:30 this very evening. And there is a lot to get to, including a couple things that he didn't even have on the list that have broken today that I'm going to try to get him going with as well. So a very solid, a deep, and distinguished guest lineup. Sean Salisbury should return to the show tomorrow. Gerbschmidt, we think, predictions Friday at 3:30. Although he's pretending that there's still some sort of contractual issue. I don't think there is, but I think he just likes playing that game.
Who knows?
He likes thinking he's that important, and he's not. But we'll see how that goes. We'll take it. It's Bears week. Bears week, we go day by day, right? That's what you have to do. You get ahead of yourself on Bears week, you know what you find yourself doing? Licking your wounds. Because as everybody knows, a wounded bear is a dangerous bear.
And how are you going to slay the bear? I think it was
John Facenda who said that. Well, if you got a pellet gun, you're screwed. You got no chance, correct?
That's what we've been told.
We've been told that many, many times, I think.
You know, if you're going bear hunting, you better be prepared to go get the bear. You're not going to slay the bear with a pellet gun.
By the way, sources say if you care and pay any attention to what you shouldn't, which is the long-range forecast, we're headed back to like upper 80s at the end of the 10-day forecast. I'll believe it when I see it, and I'm not going to be offended by it at all. That's fine. I have no problem. I just happen to prefer a little bit of cool weather, which we are now enjoying. Guardsy, do you believe there's any chance that this could well be one of Minnesota's schadenfreude moments? Are we on the brink of a significant Minnesota schadenfreude moment? And you know what I'm talking about.
I thought I did, but now I'm not sure. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the investigative reporting of one Pablo Torre implicating the Los Angeles Clippers of Anaheim and Steve Ballmer in an illegal sort of circumvention of the salary cap to get, back in 2019, I think it was, Kawhi Leonard signed with the Clippers. It's a damning report via YouTube, and the allegation is that basically, because of this deal, the Clippers were able to pay Kawhi under the table or illegally an extra $28 million.
$28 million.
An extra $28 million. So when I say, could this be Minnesota's schadenfreude moment, I mean our history, which has gotten a lot better when it comes to the Timberwolves over the last decade or so, especially the last 5 years, once upon a time made history all the way back in, I think it was 2000. So we're at, I think, 25 years removed from the Joe Smith fiasco. And what was the Joe Smith fiasco? We got caught signing Joe Smith to an illegal contract that ultimately was uncovered by the NBA with the help of an angry agent and left the team in utter ruins and embarrassment, a national embarrassment. We lost originally 5 draft choices, 5 number ones. I think we were given eventually one of them back.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe 2, but at least 1. We had Kevin McHale had to go away for a while, right? Remember that?
I do.
He had to pretty much leave. And I don't even know if Glenn Taylor was sanctioned.
I think he was.
In any significant way. I want to say he was as well. Since then, as far as I know, even though there have been a lot of rumors and a lot of allegations, no one else has faced the kind of scrutiny or report that is now out there on the record via Pablo Torre. Torre, I should say. So the question is this the closest thing you can get to schadenfreude is, great, finally, it's somebody else got caught. Because we felt like, well, this stuff happens all of the time, but why is it that we're always the only one that gets caught? That was lamented over and over again when it comes to the University of Minnesota academic fraud scandal under Clem Haskins. And it was repeated in 2000 when the Timberwolves got caught in an illegal deal. So could this be finally, 25 years later, do we get a little schadenfreude? And I ask, not even convinced that we will.
Right.
Because there are still, I guess, the Clippers, by the way, unlike the Wolves, I don't think when the story broke, well, in fact, the story didn't break, right? In the case of the Wolves, the Joe Smith scandal, that was never broken by a reporter, was it? Wasn't the story broken when the league announced that we are punishing you? I don't remember how that story was reported at the time, but I don't think anybody had the scoop, did they?
We'll need Minnesota to help us out.
We'll have to find out. In this case, they're saying that, and at that time, however it was revealed, I don't even think the Wolves ever pushed back.
No.
I don't even think they ever said, trumped up.
Yep.
We can defend ourselves. There's a lot more to the story than they possibly know. Somebody screwed this thing up, right? Because I think they knew they were dead to rights. Maybe the Clippers know something. Mark Cuban is already standing tall for his fellow former owner. Well, I guess Cuban's still an owner, but not a majority owner, right?
I think so, yeah.
Steve Ballmer.
Which was interesting to me.
Ballmer isn't going to be this stupid. Yet, on the other side of that, on the scale, you've got, according to the report, Torre is claiming he's got no fewer than 7 employees or former employees of this now bankrupted, being investigated by the feds company, all confirming that the only reason that Kawhi Leonard's name came up with this company at any point was this was a way for the Clippers, with a wink and a nod, to circumvent the cap. Here's where it gets tricky. In all seriousness, this is going to sound sarcastic, but it's not, and this is where I'm not sure we're going to get any schadenfreude. My first assumption, by the way, is the Clippers will skate.
Yep.
You know, if you're the average Minnesota fan psychosis is, well, they'll get away with it, right? First of all.
My prediction is that Jim Harbaugh will get another show cause penalty in Los Angeles.
Yes, possibly.
He will not be allowed to coach Michigan or any college.
But the Clippers will skate.
For an extra 5 years.
But here's where it gets even trickier. If the NBA says, we got you, if they're ultimately, because now they're going to have to do their own reporting and their own investigating. Let's say they say, we got you. And they say, you know what? Like they did with Joe Smith. Your contract with Joe Smith, then they said, was renounced. What if the NBA says to the Clippers, your contract with Kawhi Leonard is renounced? The Clippers will applaud it.
Yeah.
At this point, you want to be out from that contract. Kawhi is injured too much. It's almost over. They didn't get much of a return on it. So that might be doing the Clippers a favor. How about number 1 draft picks? I think they have one over the next 15 years.
Right. They gave them all to Oklahoma City.
So what are you going to do? Sanction their number 2s? I guess you could. I mean, the worst case scenario would be we suspend your owner, or we take the franchise away from the richest owner in all of professional sports.
Number 6 in the world, richest guy.
Mr. Ballmer. That's hard to believe. But it's funny how 25 years later it looks so different, because the Wolves, for reasons I never understood at the time, were devastated on Joe Smith. They wanted him. And then they eventually got him back. Remember, a second time. They were so stubborn about it.
Took a lot of charges.
The Clippers might, at this point, say, if you take him away where we don't have any more contractual obligations to him, whew,
well, that's where I want to know.
That's the biggest favor. How do you properly punish the Clippers?
I think, and I don't even know if you can do this, but I think the contract should be null and void, except it should still count on your salary cap.
That's almost how it's got to be.
So they can't use any of the money.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if you can do that, but just being a rube thinking about it, that would be the only way to really punish them. Because you're right, he's barely played. He's cost him a bunch of money, so much so that allegedly they've been trying to find him more.
Yeah.
And that was a part of the deal when you needed to sign him back in 2019. I watched about 45 minutes of the YouTube. I don't know how far you got in.
I got about 20 minutes in.
It's fascinating.
It is. It's well put together.
It's really well.
It's persuasive.
That's what Pablo does.
And Pablo, I think, he's carved out a niche, as we like to say in the business. It sounds like the Clippers are going to fire back. We'll see where it goes. I'm not sure I'd buy all of Cuban's defense, which is Ballmer's not this stupid. Well, again,
he was a new owner at the time.
His point was he's got to know if something like this goes under this way, that's going to be revealed. Well, but did he know it at the time he first invested, and did he need to do it at that point? Was that investment needed then to be able to hide the money? I don't know. I do know this. It's Kawhi's uncle, who back then, when they signed, there were all kinds of around the league rumors and allegations that from other teams who wanted him, basically saying the uncle is asking for a bunch of illegal stuff. The league investigated it at the time. They couldn't find a smoking gun as it pertains to the Clippers, but there was a lot of talk even then, and this would support that here's another example of maybe another piece of evidence to suggest that the uncle was front and center in coming up with all these grandiose ideas above and beyond whatever salary any team was going to be able to legally send Kawhi Leonard's way. So, the texts are already coming in. Nothing will happen. The commissioner's too weak. He can be. He's certainly not. It's David Stern. That's another thing that is hurting the Schadenfreude cause for Minnesota is that David Stern is no longer the commissioner. And you don't mess with David Stern. And I think we've seen it's possible to mess with the guy. Who's the guy running it now?
Adam Silver.
Right? I mean, he came up under David Stern, but he ain't no David Stern.
He's not.
He just isn't. He's just wired differently. All right, let's make this our first pause. We'll keep an eye on that story if there's any developments there. As I said, Mace in your face in about 15 minutes. Lots of Viking stuff to get to today as well. It is, after all, not only is it Northwestern State Week, it's...
Hey, it's Brian Christopher. Ready to chill this summer? You're in luck. I'm hanging out at Chumba Casino, and you're in for a treat. Chillax with hundreds of games, daily bonuses, exciting spins, and epic prizes. It's all here, always free to play. Kick back, have fun, and head to ChumbaCasino.com. Let's make this summer legendary.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See T&Cs. 21+.
Talk about stepping up. Bang! Bang!
It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
This is Julian Edelman from Games with Names. Anyone else feeling hungry? Because Applebee's just cooked up the ultimate option play with their new Ultimate Trio deal. You can choose from 3 of their delicious appetizers and pair them up with 3 sauces for just $14.99. Craft your perfect trio from over 80,000 different combinations in this flavor-packed plate built for one. Or to share if you're generous. You could stick with the classic pairings like boneless wings and buffalo sauce, mozzarella sticks and marinara, or brew pub pretzels with white cheddar beer cheese. Or you could spice things up and try some unexpected combinations like dipping chicken wonton tacos in their honey Dijon mustard. The choice is yours. The Ultimate Trio is the perfect way to hit all your cravings in one plate and turn appetizers into an entree. It's time to head to your neighborhood Applebee's or order online today. That's eating good in the neighborhood.
Life moves fast. A new home, a new baby, a new chapter. But without an estate plan, your future's still vulnerable. With Trust and Will, you can name guardians, start a trust, create healthcare directives, and more. All online in about an hour. It's attorney-designed, state-specific, and built to protect what you love. Plans start at just $199, and every plan is safe, secure, and kept completely private. From families with young kids to adults caring for aging parents, Trust and Will makes it simple to take control, without a law office, paperwork stress, or court delays. Go to trustandwill.com and use code RADIO to save 20%. Start your plan today. Don't wait for life to force your hand. Estate planning is one of the smartest, most loving things you can do. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. See website for details.
Trust and Will.
Bears.
Farm Aid 40 is coming to Minneapolis. You can join Willie Nelson, Neil Young, Kenny Chesney, Dave Matthews, and more Saturday, September 20th at Huntington Bank Stadium. Celebrate 40 years of music, food, and family farming. Enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets now on our contest page, KFAN.com, keyword contests.
Clippers should have to operate at 75% salary cap for 4 years. That's sort of along the lines of what you were saying. Maybe that's the way you go. It's got to be something pretty draconian if it's proven, if the league concludes that this report is accurate. This is a big story, I guess what I'm trying to say. It's why we led with it because we haven't had one of these in a while, and it will have significant ramifications around the league. Because I got to believe, Ballmer's a huge name. He rescued, you could argue, the NBA when it came to taking the team off of Donald Sterling's hands, who they threw out of the league. He was a hero for doing that, correct?
Yes, built his own arena.
Massive name, built huge
the whole
fan. Bit. But that's what makes this juicy and interesting and tantalizing, whether the league will still have the guts to do something. Because I got to believe some other owners would say, well, wait a minute now, man. That's about as blatant as it can be. And we're dealing with all this, especially good teams, second apron crap. Or maybe they say, oh, I hope they don't catch us because we got the same kind of deals that nobody knows it yet. So we'll see where that goes. There's one, what's the date today? September 3?
Yeah.
There's only one thing left to do the rest of this baseball season when it comes to your Minnesota Twins, okay? Because you can argue we shouldn't have to even mention the Twins the rest of the season. I do have one suggestion on how we still can and how we can make this season in an odd sort of way perversely interesting. And it would be under the classification of how low can they go? In other words, can they become historic? Can they be so good at being bad that they elevate the art of badness to a place where it's worth checking in on, well, how did they demonstrate their badness on a given night? Last night's a pretty good example. Can I give you some nuggets from last night?
I'm ready.
How low can they go?
I did miss the game last night, in case you're wondering, so all this will be news to me.
We were edged by the last place White Sox 12-3, our fourth consecutive loss to the White Sox, by the way. Simeon Woods Richardson is the starter. He's still in the game, and I shouldn't laugh. It could have been, it was dangerous, potentially. He's on the mound in the fifth. And Will Robertson swings and loses, I guess you could say, the bat splinters out of Will Robertson's hand, okay? It goes past Woods Richardson on the mound. He ducks under with a good, I guess you could say, instinctual move. Then doesn't get distracted enough that he fields the ground ball that the hitter hit. He then promptly pivots to second base to catch the lead runner there and throws the ball into center field. That's just one example of how low the Twins could go on one given night. Well, Dan, how could it have gotten any worse? Well, how about your guy? I know you know about him, a relief pitcher by the name of Thomas Hatch. He comes in. Simeon Woods Richardson leaves the game up 3-1. So I guess he was tuckered at that point, or maybe he was traumatized by ducking the splintered bat. Hatch comes in, pitches 2 innings, yields 6 singles, 2 dongs, and 6 runs.
All this negativity that's in this town.
Not to be confused by another pitcher I know, reliever you know well, in our rebuilt bullpen.
Yep.
Noah Davis.
I got his jersey at the Majestic Twins store.
There you go.
The City Edition.
He allowed 3 runs. So it's 12-3, our second 12-3 loss in 4 days. The White Sox were reminded by StarTribune.com guy are 8-25 and 0-13 on the road against the other 3 AL Central teams. In Minnesota, they're 3-2. They've won the season series 6-5, or leading the season series 6-5 with 2 to play. Twins' home record is now 35-34, which means there's a real good chance that we are going to finish with a losing record at home for just the second time in 9 years.
Believe.
How low? Any other ways the Twins could go low? Well, yeah, as it turns out, they score their last run in the 4th and are ahead at the time. Clemens and your guy, Austin Martin, back-to-back singles. After a balk, they move up to 2nd and 3rd. Your guy, James Outman, walks to load the bases. So it's now bases loaded, right? We got a chance maybe for a big inning. Gasper hits a fly ball to left field. Clemens is able to tag up and score in the play. That's good, right?
Yep, move him along.
However, Martin thought that the Sox left fielder would throw to the plate, but Martin, I should say, the left fielder made the fundamentally sound play. He threw to third base, gunning down Martin and ending the inning with no further scoring, I should say. How low can the Twins go? Martin also dropped a throw from Fitzgerald that foiled another could-have-been double play, making Hatch's task even more difficult.
We know it's not good baseball.
Speaking of that, Rocco. We don't complete plays that we absolutely need to complete. Those are the fundamental baseball plays that you have to make consistently if you're going to win in this league. We didn't make them tonight. And then the game got away from us. In fact, there's another really good Rocco quote.
The optimism quote is the one you need to find.
I'm going to stay optimistic most of the time, the Ball Dalai Lama said, but that wasn't good. That wasn't real good.
We know it's not good baseball.
I don't think anyone felt good leaving the field today, walking off the field. Definitely frustrating. But we have to get over it. How low can the Twins go? Well, there's more. Paid attendance, 11,721.
It's frustrating.
That is the tiniest September crowd, and we predicted this on this show.
Yeah.
We said it's
not shocking.
It's not shocking at all. If ball guys are stunned, they're not paying attention. You could see this coming a mile away. You didn't even have to be a ball guy to understand that. We broke the old mark by almost 2,500 when it comes to smallest crowds in September crowds at Target Field. And remember, the weather was good. And you're a big dog guy. I'm a big dog guy. It was the Bark at the Park promotion.
The dogs don't even want to go.
The dogs, the ones who came, several of them apparently threw up between third base and home plate. I'm not sure how much that is indeed.
May have done more than that.
True. You're exactly right. How low can the Twins go? Starting pitcher David Festa. Remember, he's supposed to be part of our future. We shut him down. Inflammation.
It's a little frustrating.
The dreaded inflammation in his pitching shoulder. How about Mick? Is it pronounced Abel or Abel? A-B-E-L. One of our new guys. He got demoted back to St. Paul because he got obliterated in 2 appearances with the Twins. And he was part of the Duran trade, right? Now, that doesn't mean it's over for him, but not any good signs there. And finally, how low can the Twins go? Kendry Rojas, considered one of our With It and Wow lefties. Well, he yielded 7 runs in a third of an inning as a member of the St. Paul Saints on Tuesday.
We know it's not good baseball.
So I in a sense, want to congratulate the Twins because my interest is picking up again. I am perking up because we are seeing signs because we got a whole month yet to go. And this is a team that seems utterly and completely committed to raise the element of badness to such a new level that they might actually be worth paying attention to on this show, maybe one segment every other show, if not every show. Speaking of every other show, well, if it was up to Glen Mason, he'd be on every show. However, he is back today for his first appearance on the Bumper to Bumper show in studio, in 8 months, 9 months?
It's been a while.
It's been a long time.
Yep.
We wished him happy birthday. So we're going to talk college football with him. We'll get caught up on his very busy summer. And who knows what else when Mace gets in my face.
Tyler Reddick here from 2311 Racing. The rush of racing? Nothing beats it. But Chumba Casino comes close. Chumba's got fast spins, fun games, daily bonuses, and all the action you can handle. Now that's a ride. Ready to hit the throttle? Get in the driver's seat and head to ChumbaCasino.com. Let's Chumba.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Talk about stepping up. Bang! Bang!
It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
This is Rob Gronkowski from Dudes on Dudes. Anyone else feeling hungry? Because Applebee's just cooked up the ultimate option play with their new Ultimate Trio deal. You can choose from 3 of their delicious appetizers and pair them up with 3 sauces for just $14.99. Craft your perfect trio from over 80,000 different combinations in this flavor-packed plate built for one, or to share if you're generous. You can stick with the classic pairings like boneless wings and buffalo sauce, mozzarella sticks and marinara, or brew pub pretzels and white cheddar beer cheese. Or you can spice things up and try some unexpected combinations like dipping chicken wonton tacos in their honey Dijon mustard. The choice is yours. The Ultimate Trio is the perfect way to hit all your cravings in one plate and turn appetizers into an entree. It's time to head to your neighborhood Applebee's or order online today. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
Life moves fast. A new home, a new baby, a new chapter. But without an estate plan, your future's still vulnerable. With Trust and Will, you can name guardians, start a trust, create healthcare directives, and more. All online in about an hour. It's attorney-designed, state-specific, and built to protect what you love. Plans start at just $199, and every plan is safe, secure, and kept completely private. From families with young kids to adults caring for aging parents, Trust and Will makes it simple to take control, without a law office, paperwork stress, or court delays. Go to trustandwill.com and use code RADIO to save 20%. Start your plan today. Don't wait for life to force your hand. Estate planning is one of the smartest, most loving things you can do. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. See website for details.
Trust and Will.
That's next.
It's time for another edition of Mace in Your Face.
Are you not?
Now, along with college football immortality, Glen Mason, here's Dan Barreiro.
Glen Mason, are you familiar with one of my favorite popular music groups? They were popular, but they didn't have a lot of hits or anything.
Who's that, the Mills Brothers?
No, the Allman Brothers.
I know who they are.
Remember the Allman Brothers?
Sure.
Do you remember that their biggest hit, it was more country than a lot of their songs? Because they were really more bluesy than anything, but their biggest hit was a song called Ramblin' Man. Yeah. I think we should start calling you Ramblin' Man, because that's you. You have become a Renaissance traveler where you hit the road by car. You don't fly over these communities. You fly through. You drive through them.
I drive through them.
With the pooch.
Yeah.
Just you and thinking your deep thoughts, chatting with the dog. I don't even know if you put anything on the radio.
See, I would have thought you would have said on the road again.
Well, that's true. That would work too. Yeah.
No, I like doing that. I took a trip by road out to Wyoming, which I do quite often. I love it. I take the back road, 212 through South Dakota. Love South Dakota.
You know all this stuff. So you know how to do this now.
I mean, I know the gas station guys. I know. I can tell you. I'm going to tell you, if you ever go on that way on 212, you get to Redfield, South Dakota. They have the best breakfast burritos anyone's
Really?
Ever. I call the guy Burrito Bob. I don't know his name. But he makes them right in front of you. They're unbelievable.
See, I'm jealous of this.
So I did that. Then I took a 2-week trip to the East Coast.
Are you not?
With the dog. Jersey Shore, the whole deal.
Saw your sister.
Did the whole deal. Yeah, you know my sister.
So where else did you go? Like when you go east, do you go to any other places?
Well, a year last fall, I took that real long trip.
Right.
This time, I just I drove to New Jersey, and my sister lives in Cranberry now.
Okay.
Right outside of Princeton. I spent almost a week there. Then I went to the Jersey Shore for a week, and then drove home. Loved the Jersey. And you know what? I lucked out. The week before the hurricane was going through. The ocean was unbelievable. We would have been wiped out. We had perfect weather.
Really?
A week later,
yeah.
Couldn't. I'm really glad to be on the show, but I got to complain about one thing. I was sitting over here in Guardsy.
Didn't take long.
Guardsy.
Yeah.
For about 15, 20 minutes maybe, and the positivity of the show was overwhelming.
You think it was pretty overwhelming?
Overwhelming. Did you say one positive thing?
Well, no, I can't. It's not my responsibility for the Twins stinking. They're terrible. What am I supposed to say? Am I supposed to make stuff up?
Well, here's my observation on the Twins.
On the Twins?
I go to the dog park every morning. Wayzata. I call it the dog park.
I'm well aware. I know a lot of people who see you there, believe it or not.
And they're all Twins fans, okay?
And do you mock them?
No, not at all. But anyway, here's one common thing that comes out of it. Every morning they talk about the Twins. And here's what I take it out of it. Here's what comes out of their mouth.
Yes.
We won last night. Or it's they lost last night. It's comical.
Yes.
And I don't say anything. It's never the departure from that.
Would you have any interest? The Twins are adding like minority owners. You got any interest in getting in on a little bit of, maybe buy a little piece of the Twins?
Sure.
Would you?
A real little piece.
Yeah, it would probably have to be these days. You almost have to be, these days, you almost have to be a multi-billionaire, not millionaire, in order to buy a team, right?
Well, I tell you though, you look at professional organizations, baseball, to buy one of those is lagging behind the other guys.
That's true. That's undeniable.
I mean, if you want to go on the cheap, woo, you could do that.
Trail ref guy, a lot of questions are already coming in. Glenn, do you bring your shotgun in the fall when you go out there? Lots of pheasants around Redfield. That's from Trail ref guy. He seems to know.
Yeah, I know there are. My son goes, I'm not a hunter. My son goes out there to South Dakota hunting, and I see all the signs of hunting, but I don't do that. If I kill a pheasant, it's going to be with my car. I can tell you that.
That's one way to do it.
Nice in your face.
So, what do you, if you had to articulate what you like the best about getting in the car with the pooch and just going? Is it calming? Is it, you feel like you don't have to mess with anybody else? What is it that because you clearly enjoy it.
What
do you think it is? Could you articulate what the high is for you?
You hit the key word, thinking. It's amazing when you're in that isolated sense with my dog.
Is your dog a good traveler?
Oh, yeah. The best.
The best. Where's the dog? Is the dog in the front seat next to you? No, back seat?
I take my Escalade, and there's bucket seats in the back, and I put a dog bed between those two seats.
Oh, nice.
And she likes to lay right there.
Yeah.
And the only time...
What's her name?
Topo.
That's right. Topo. Yeah, you said
like Topo Gigio.
Topo Gigio, yeah.
The only time that she even moves is when I stop for gas, and I normally let her out, give her a little water. She jumps, right back in. She's great. But I get to think, and I take a little tablet with me in case if there's a profound thought that I can write it
Deep
down.
Deep thoughts with Glen Mason, Guardsy.
That I don't forget. And then at times I have conversations, one-way conversations with Topo and educate her.
That's pretty good.
And if I make a kind of a moving point, she'll lift her head and look at me and kind of nod, and we move on. It's great.
I'm impressed. I admire. I said this to Guardsy the other day. Were you weren't off that day? You haven't been off much lately. Where Mace has figured out. You've been a coach. How many years were you in 35. Football coaching?
35.
Assistant. Okay, 35 years is a long time.
Yeah.
So there are, I think, people who, after that amount of time, they get out and they say, I'm ready, it's time. But they kind of get lost. They don't know what to do. They're not sure. They feel incomplete. I think you've obviously, as much as we've kidded you about, trying to set you up for jobs to get back into it, that you've figured out, whatever that is, you've moved on. And now you've found this sort of liberating thing of just getting in your car and driving. In a way that a lot of people, I'm sure, would say, God, I wish I could do that, or I would do that.
I was very fortunate because I had a career in coaching, something that I really liked. As we talked many times, when I first got involved in coaching, you never make any money. It was absolutely ridiculous, and now it's ridiculous what they make now. That's fine. I was lucky that I experienced a few years at the end as a head coach that financially enabled me to do some of the things that I wanted to do. For the rest of my life, people still recognize me, which is amazing because I haven't coached in 18 years.
You can thank this show for that.
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome.
And
write that down for your dog.
We kept you in front of the public eye.
Barreiro and Guardsy.
Yeah.
So, maybe people call me coach. They still call me coach, and Or I get the shout all the time, Mason, your
That's
face.
your face,
you know
yeah.
how that goes. But
even out west,
but occasionally,
yeah.
But I'm not caught up in the paper clipping part. You know where some guys.
Yes,
you're not. I really don't like that. It's fine to recognize, but to bring certain things up or whatever, and I think it goes back to this, Dan. I really never, even when I was coaching, I thought it was ridiculous that a coach is defined as a person if you won or lost a game. You can't be the greatest guy in the world because you happen to win, and you're the lowest piece of nothing because you lost.
Right.
But a lot of people look at it that way. And so I don't have to deal with that anymore. And as you have pointed out many times, my popularity has gone way
to the
up
roof
since I don't coach anymore. And because they don't have to read the stuff that poison that you used to put in the paper or listen on the radio about me, now they realize that I've got a friendly personality. I'm a nice guy. They saw through all that smoke that you used to
there's another possible explanation.
I don't think so.
And that, of course, is one that has been advanced by your good friend Lou Nanny many times, because he has said to me on air, not just off air, if Mace would have acted then like he does now, being more human, he'd probably still be coaching. See, that's the other way to look at it.
Well, see, here's the thing, and I'm going to point this out.
Yeah,
and I'm sure it's going to come up. Alabama's really struggling right now, right? Kalen Bador, who had a very successful record other places, and he goes down to Alabama, not doing too, and now they want to lynch him.
Yes, they do. It doesn't take long.
Now, here's the point I'm trying to make. This doesn't make him a good coach or a bad coach, whatever. But being a head football coach at the major college level is not a nice guy business. It just really is. Now, if you can do the things that you have to do and then still have that public persona that you're a nice, lovable squeeze, that's great.
Yeah, you're right.
Now, you think about Nick Saban, how he was as the head coach at Alabama, what everybody thought of there, to him now, ESPN. Oh, Miss Terry.
A charmer now. Yes.
Oh, I got a vacuum the carpet for Miss Terry. That's a bunch of bull.
Maybe this is the real Nick Saban.
No, I know
Maybe this is proof that he is more human, like you're saying. He's not just a coach.
No, you're wrong. I'm telling you, you're wrong.
This is the phony Nick Saban?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Larry Mondello guy's checked in. Remember him?
Remind me.
He's
not the.
You'll hear from him.
He's not the Golden Bachelor guy. Is he?
No. Well, actually, he has been in the past, but no. Larry Mondello guy writes, it's good to hear that when Mace is driving all over the country, just him and his dog, he's driving a great fuel-efficient vehicle like a Cadillac Escalade, doing his part to save the planet for our children.
Oh, that's great.
He's got to take a shot at you.
What do you drive, Larry? Is that his name?
Larry Mondello guy, yeah.
Larry, what do you drive, Larry?
Guardsy, do you know what Larry drives?
I don't, but he pretty much keeps to Winona, I think. He's not seeing the world.
That's very, very true. He only half means it. All he cares about is the line.
I'm another one of those guys. All these green guys save the world, and then they go to some conference and they all fly their private jets.
Yeah.
They plant trees. They offset it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Give me a break.
By the way, do I have a bone to pick with you, Guardsy, regarding Mace?
I don't know. Do you?
Well, Mace comes in and says, I offered to do the state fair, but I was turned down.
That's not exactly true.
Yes, it is.
No,
it's
you weren't turned down. No.
Okay, but I offered to do it.
Yes, you did.
Because our good friend, Todd Anderson,
Carrie Limo,
who's a great friend, does everything because he thinks it's a great piece of the show, and quite honestly thought you guys needed some help out at the fair. You know what I mean?
Do you know what's sad about it? What's sad is that it's even necessary to involve him. You're an adult. You can get to the state fair if you really want to. Yet you have to make it. Well, I'll go if Todd will take care of you. By the way, let's also again reintroduce a new sponsor helping us out this year. In fact, you got some spots you have to do.
Oh, I know it.
Jack's Cafe.
Yeah.
Good. Did you know much about? Were you a big Jack's Cafe guy back in the day?
Yeah. Bill Kozlak. That family has been great, and in fact, when I was there, I moved the weekly quarterback club meeting to Jack's Cafe. I was the one who I thought that was the place that made decision. Northeast Minneapolis, ample parking, great to get there. They put on a great deal. Their banquet rooms are great. So I know those guys real well.
So there was just no room for him at that point. Is that the deal?
At that point, we were a little squeezed.
Ain't no room.
We had a lot.
I don't even want to ask who you had on in my place because
I'm trying to think about who would bug you the most, and I've already forgotten who we've had.
Probably PJ. The day we had PJ.
Well, that wouldn't bother.
Yeah,
that wouldn't bother. You sure?
That doesn't bother. Oh, you try to make a thing between me and PJ. There's nothing.
It's no bad blood.
Now, there's a few other names you could have thrown on there.
Maturi, Mother Maturi.
Oh, he was on there?
On location.
He gave us a great hour. He drove himself.
Great anecdotes.
He drove himself.
He's another guy who likes to see the country. You guys share that. Maybe you could take a trip together.
I don't think that's going to
He drove his electric vehicle up to the fair.
His hybrid.
And came over. It was great.
You took your gas guzzler.
Does that surprise you?
No, it doesn't. Here's another question early. Did Kent State, when you were at Kent State, did you ever play Northwestern State? Did you ever schedule Northwestern State when you were a coach at Kent State? That's the Gophers' opponent on Saturday. That's the game. The Gophers are 0-0 in the Northwestern State season, as you know.
Okay, well, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm really glad because people that are listening, they really don't realize how over the years you have consistently badmouthed whoever the Gophers are playing non-conference, which is fine.
You're going to bring up the SEC again,
which is
Alabama.
fine. Yeah. But you don't bring out what the rest of the world is playing.
Example,
Penn State. Everybody thinks they're going to win the national championship. They play FIU.
They're not bad.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
They're better than Northwestern State.
Texas, who played Ohio State.
Yeah.
That was, now they're going to play San Jose State. They almost gave football up a couple years ago. Florida State, they're playing East Texas A&M. How can there be a Texas A&M and an East?
I didn't ever heard of it.
Indiana, your school.
Don't mess with the Hoosiers.
Your school.
Don't mess. We played Old Dominion and almost lost.
Old Dominion.
Yeah.
Kennesaw State.
We're playing Kennesaw State next?
Kennesaw State.
That's next?
Yeah.
Ooh. That might be worse than Northwestern State.
That's as bad.
Yeah. And then, just full disclosure, the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Yeah.
Your school.
Number 1 in the country. Grambling.
Well, you can't play a great team every week.
Well, no kidding.
I mean, Ohio State just played the number 1 ranked team.
Typically, the only thing you did, you like to cherry pick your criticism of the Gophers. Yes, you did.
Your preseason schedule was soft. Just admit it. It's okay. I understand why.
Miami. They beat Notre Dame, right?
Miami, Florida, or Miami of Ohio?
Miami, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
You know they play this week?
Who?
Is it Bethany or something like that? I don't even know what it is. Who is that?
Bethel? Are they playing Bethel?
No, I think it's Bethany.
Bethany. Yeah, Bethany's a school.
Yeah.
I think
I'll look it up.
Colorado plays Delaware. Oh, the Cornhuskers. They play Akron. The Zips.
Akron's not bad.
Oh, yeah. Yes, they are.
Are they bad?
Now, in a couple of weeks, you know who?
But what you're doing is cherry picking.
I don't interrupt you.
You're cherry picking.
You know who Nebraska plays, I think, the following week?
Who?
Houston Christian. Check that one out.
Houston Christian?
Check that one out.
I'm not defending that, but that doesn't mean that you had a good schedule either.
Now you got to give credit to some other people. Okay?
Like?
Chance to really start the season off right.
Yeah.
Iowa State. They beat Kansas State in the opener. They play Iowa this week. That's two pretty
that's decent.
Good games to start the season. His Michigan, stealing Michigan, they're going to play Oklahoma, the Sooners.
The Sooners, that's
at
right.
Oklahoma.
Are they any good now? I don't even know.
They're ranked. They're top 20.
Well,
Coach Moore gets to coach that game, too.
This time of year.
Yeah.
But here's kind of an interesting game. Kansas, the resurging Kansas, plays Missouri.
Ah, okay.
That was a big, big rivalry until the Big 8 went to the Big 12, and then Missouri went to the SEC. And that has a big history historically because outside of football, Missouri was a slave state and Kansas was a free state. So there's always been great historical friction there.
This is from Todd. Sounds like the spirit of Bill Walton has finally inhabited Mace's body. The next thing you know, he'll be wearing the tie-dye shirts, going to Grateful Dead shows and listening to Neil Young on his Pono player. That's an inside joke.
Are you nuts?
Yeah, it's like you're going.
Why?
Well, no, it's a compliment.
It is?
Don't get defensive. Yes.
I don't have any tie-dye shirts.
Well, no, but he's saying he thinks Walton represents a guy who kind of embraced the concept of travel in the country and exulting in what he run into. He's not ripping you. You're too defensive already.
I didn't know that.
But by the way, Dan Winasota's checked in. He's the unofficial sports historian of the show. Here's what he wrote. Take this for whatever it's worth. Don't make me go back through those Mace schedules.
Go back through them.
Just saying, he's laying down the gauntlet.
Go back through them. What I'm saying, they're no different than everybody else is doing.
Yeah, you got a higher percentage of them.
No, there's no difference.
I'm with Mace. I'm with you, Mace.
Yeah.
Go back and through them. Everybody does it. You know the difference? Here's the difference. SEC was always a lot smarter. Let me finish. The Big Ten, all ours were in the front.
Mm-hmm.
SEC, they do like the second game, the fifth game, the 10th game, and it gets lost.
Yeah, that's true. I'll grant you that. But it came the week after a really legitimate opponent. And your preseason it was all the same, basically. That's the difference.
That's not
you can go back and forth. Well, yeah, it is.
No,
you're
it's not
influencing.
my fault.
Everybody knew you ran the program.
Yeah, I planned the program. Are you kidding me?
Well, before Mother Maturi took over.
That's why I used to have a spring game on our practice field, because we didn't have any place to play the spring game.
Yeah. Does anybody go to a spring game
No,
here anymore?
they don't even
exist.
A lot of them don't even have them anymore.
Did we even have one this year?
Gophers did not.
No, they don't exist anymore.
Yeah. No. And they used to be huge, correct?
Yeah, they were.
All right, let's talk about, when we come back, the first weekend of games, a couple of specific matchups, and get your reaction to them. And then we'll get into a little bit about the Big Ten as well, and a couple controversies. You got some notes. I think you got some other stuff.
No, I'm done with notes. You
already exhausted the notes?
Yeah, I'll just shoot from the hip now.
All right, that's fine.
Those are all the notes from the car ride? It was a long car ride for one sheet of notes.
You think I worry about Dan Barreiro show when I'm riding a car across the country?
You're haunted by me. Do you ever dictate stuff, ideas when you're driving? I mean, do you ever
to who?
Well, I'm saying into a recorder or something, or your phone where
I'm
you take
old school.
Notes. It's all notes. And how far do you drive? Do you drive all night?
Well, last year when I went to Jersey on this trip, I was going to go. I thought I'd go to Youngstown. I got to Youngstown. It was still light out. I ended up going the whole way. So in one shot, I went 1,260 miles.
1,260 without stop. Without sleeping.
Yeah, 1,260.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's too much.
Well, I'm just telling. And then this year I left, and I went to Grove City, Pennsylvania, which is 850 miles, and I spent the night, and I had 400 miles the next day.
That's a lot of driving.
Well,
it doesn't obviously.
I think I could have been an over the road,
maybe a trucker
driver.
Yeah.
And
semi guy.
I'll tell you something else. When you go like that, the number of trucks on the road.
Yeah.
I mean, delivering all the goods is overwhelming. I mean, there's so many trucks, and every roadside rest you go through, they're packed. I mean, it's crazy.
Well, you know, and now you know the good ones from the okay ones, right? In terms of like truck stops or restaurants to stop.
I don't stop very often.
Well, obviously you don't, but you got to eat eventually, don't you?
You know what? I don't. The only thing I do if
you bring snacks in the car.
The only thing I'll stop and eat when I'm actually driving is when I stop for gas. I'll get something, snack, and then like at Grove City when I stopped, there was a place to eat. I don't want to go fine dining, any of that stuff.
No,
but if there's a place I can go in and get something to eat at the counter or whatever, that's what I do.
Quick burger or something, things like that. All right, top of the hour break. More Mace in your face. Don't forget, it's a very star-studded program today. Ben Lieber will join to talk Vikings-Bears at 4:47. And we may even talk some Vikings-Bears with Mace as well. Kessler will join at 5:30 in studio.
How to have fun anytime, anywhere. Step 1, go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2, collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3, play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4, unleash your excitement.
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Julian Edelman from Games with Names. Applebee's just cooked up the ultimate option play with their new Ultimate Trio deal. You can choose from 3 of their delicious appetizers and pair them up with 3 sauces for just $14.99. Craft your perfect trio from over 80,000 different combinations in this flavor-packed plate built for one, or to share if you're generous. You could stick with the classic pairings like boneless wings and buffalo sauce, or you could spice things up and try some unexpected combinations like dipping chicken wonton tacos in their honey Dijon mustard. It's time to head to your neighborhood Applebee's or order online today. That's eating good in the neighborhood. This is Julian Edelman from Games with Names. Football is back. That means it's tailgate time, and this season the only meat I'm going to grill is Dietz and Watson. I'm loving the Black Angus Dietz dogs. They're flavor-packed, and you can tell they are made with the highest quality ingredients. Sundays just got a whole lot better. Visit DietzandWatson.com/therightway to learn more about the Dietz difference.
Whether you're watching college football or flipping between games on Sunday, sound quality matters. A Sonos home theater setup, especially the Arc Ultra soundbar, delivers immersive surround sound and deep bass that makes every play, every hit, and every cheer feel larger than life. And when you're on the go, the Sonos Ace headphones are a game changer. Lightweight, crystal clear, and with up to 30 hours of battery life, they're built for everything, from podcasts to post-game analysis. Visit Sonos.com to explore the full lineup.